But yeah, I mean, the real thing cannot be replaced. Like what we're doing right now is better than any other options. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you spend on your screen?
Sure, I can
Screens.
probably at the most, I think, way too much. Definitely way too much. Way more than I ever wanted to my whole entire life. I'm at the point in my life where my house is paid off. I have my truck paid off. 33 years old. I've only had my house for 8 years. I paid it off in 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, it's one of those things that like once you start doing things as just like a middle class person, it's like what else is there to do? You know, it's like I don't have family. I don't have kids. I'm gonna go do things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, doing things like this. This is what I enjoy doing, is to interact with friends and stuff, sitting in front of the TV. Well, at some point you get so bored just because like, well, I completed something, and well, in today's day and age is paying off a house. Okay, now what do I do?
Yeah, you're bored.
Now I'm bored.
I love that. Sean, I love that you're bored. That's so refreshing in a way.
Honestly, it's one of those things. A lot of people are saying that today. The reason why they have this stuff is because they're bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they at first they're like, "Oh, it's cool. I got a TV, and well, I'm bored." The end result is that I'm bored. They're lacking the interaction that we're doing right now.
So do you think?
And so I sit there and try to get more and more and more of it. It's kind of like it's like having candy. It's like, well, I want another piece. Then it's like you have so much of it, you feel like you can't get enough. It's an addiction, and that's something I'm trying to break.
You're talking about screens right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So screens is like candy. It's like I don't want to reference it to drugs because I've never been addicted to drugs. But from what I hear is that drugs are the worst thing to be addicted to. Well, so is sugar. Well, screen time, doesn't matter if it's your phone or your television or your desktop, they can be used for good stuff to educate people and things like that. But at what point is it bad? Too much time, right?
Yeah. I think certainly phones, because TVs have been around since what, the 50s, something like that.
Earlier
40s,
than that,
yeah,
I think like the 50s is when every household.
It was color.
I think it was like the 60s. I think was the color. I think the 50s was the age when everything that was in the store was being accessible to every household in America. Let's put it that way. 1940s. By the time 1940s roll around, every household had a car in the driveway. Let's put it that way.
Post World War II, basically.
Yeah. Henry Ford. That's what Henry Ford did. Is that he made it possible for every household family to have a car or a vehicle in their driveway at their home.
Yeah.
That's what Henry Ford did. By the 1950s came around, because of Henry Ford's idea of the production line. That's what he's known for. It's not the Ford car. It's to be able to produce something cheaply and to make it affordable for the everyday American. And that's you and me. And guess what? Every other company, doesn't matter what it is, came to follow suit in Henry Ford's design of the modern day factory.
Yeah.
So
going back originally, so screens have been around, TVs have been around.
Yeah.
But it seems like lately, over the past maybe 10 years, it's like smartphones, and the phone screens are the issue, right?
Yeah.
Primarily?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's, let's see. I see people all the time at work and stuff, always got the phone out.
It's not just your work too. It's my work. It's like everywhere.
Well, what do you think about this? When's the last time? How far back would you say was it before your phone had a screen on it? Was it got to be about 15 or 18 years, right? Well, when did the first handheld phone have a screen on it? that was more than just
like a touch screen or like a.
Yeah.
I mean, is it the iPhone? Is it like, 05?
Yeah. So anything, any type of screen that's more than just the dial button. I mean, this is last year's phone.
Yeah.
But did you? So was it seventh or eighth grade for us? Was it that somebody started having something like this? We can touch the screen and something pops up, or have it some kind of touch screen.
I think it was a little later because we kind of bridged the like analog and digital world in a way.
I think that was like when we started high school. That was back in 2005.
Yeah.
Well,
it's around there.
So somewhere around there. But there was a point where I was going with this is that at that time, what were we doing at that time if we didn't have these?
I think that's a great question that we have to like think about, be conscious of now.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's gotten unhealthy. And for people younger than us, that's all they really know is how to interact with the world.
Right.
With that, it's almost like we have to create different habits for ourselves in our interactions and social environments, where we don't have to be so attached to the phones.
Well, just think too is that
like applying discipline on yourself, and
is to start with,
but also kind of teaching that discipline, instilling that discipline with devices,
right?
So that you can live more like fulfilling and be present more, I suppose.
I believe that now there could be a bunch of reasons why people are on them so much and so many hours out of the day. You know, work, dating sites, and that can
everything is on there.
Everything. So if you know what the rabbit hole is, I'm going with this. Well, they replace the relationships and the friendships with their phone. Okay.
Right.
So, but two is to think of how dangerous that is. Is that if everybody sat in their house on their phone, human society just keeps going down the drain.